Relationships are complicated, but what actually makes one successfully last?
That's right. Relationships are a mix of love, effort, and let's be honest, a little bit of trial and error.
But trust me, we're not here to lecture you. This is our take, based on what's worked for us, and sometimes what hasn't.
And to keep it fun, we'll share some personal stories along the way. So grab a snack, sit back, and let's dive in.
So let's start with communication, because let's face it, without it, nothing else works.
Communication is huge, but it's also tricky because people communicate so differently.
Here's the thing about me. I like space, and if we have a big argument, I need time to process it, think it through, and come back with a clearer mind.
And that drives me crazy. I'm the complete opposite. If there's a problem, I want to fix it, right then and there.
You're also a firm believer in never going to bed angry.
Why go to bed mad when you can just solve it and sleep peacefully?
Remember the time we argued over the paint in the bedroom? I was exhausted and just needed to sleep on it, and you kept the lights on, determined to talk about it.
I shouldn't have done that. We learned from it and moved forward.
But all jokes aside, here's the key to compromise. We've learned that it's okay to take a breather, but I can't completely shut you out.
Now we'll say something like, let's revisit this in an hour, so we both have time to cool off and come back ready to talk.
The best thing that you can take from this is that communication is an effective way to fix problems. However, multiple people have different communication styles, and figuring out what each of your styles of communication are is going to be key in solving problems.
At the end of the day, communication is about understanding each other's needs and being willing to adapt. It's not always easy, but it's worth it.
And for the smaller stuff, like deciding where to eat for dinner, communication doesn't have to be so intense. Sometimes you just need to say what you want instead of playing a guessing game. Open communication is the best form of communication, especially in a long-term relationship. That leads us into conflict resolution, because the best relationships have their rough patches, but are able to get over them effectively.
Exactly. It's not about avoiding conflict, but handling it in a way that strengthens the relationship instead of breaking it down.
Similar to communication, multiple people might have different conflict resolution styles, and you must adapt to these for your partner. During most arguments, emotions will be high and tense.
And a big part of that is learning to argue productively. It's not about winning or losing, it's about finding a solution that works for both people.
Instead of pointing fingers back and forth and blaming each other for multiple different things, it's best to sit down and think, what are we actually trying to achieve? By doing this, you're able to lay the problem out and discuss it with your partner in an easy manner. This allows you to have a clear, open line of communication in order to resolve the conflict much quicker and more efficiently.
And let's not forget about forgiveness. Holding grudges only makes things worse. When you say you've forgiven someone, you have to mean it.
Another key piece of a relationship is intimacy, as well as your role in the relationship.
Totally. Intimacy is about connection. Sharing your dreams, fears, and even your quirkiest thoughts with each other. Also, understanding your roles in the relationship is key.
Intimacy is more than just big romantic gestures. It's also about the little things, the everyday things that keeps a relationship running smoothly. Where I am a more big picture thinker, Jordan is amazing with the details, scheduling appointments, making sure we are on time, and keeping deadlines. This keeps everything organized. She's the CEO of the day-to-day operations. For household chores, we've also split them in a way that works for us. In every other case, it might be different, but one of us takes care of the dishes and one of us takes out the trash, while another one of us handles laundry, and someone else does cleaning. But one of the biggest things we recognize is when one of us is not at 100%. If I'm having a bad day and I'm at my 80 to 50%, Jordan might pick up my other 20% and carry my load. And I will do the same for her when she is down and having a bad day. It's all about giving and taking in the relationship. If you can effectively give and take with your partner, you know you'll have a successful relationship. We must be able to lean on each other when times are tough. Jordan is my rock and I am the same for her. Whether it's offering advice or just being there, we know how to keep each other grounded. But enough of all the seriousness. We can't forget the shared activities and fun things that we do as well. These all play a part in intimacy. Whether it's cooking dinner together, going on a vacation, traveling the world, or even watching our favorite show. These moments bring us closer together. But at the end of the day, roles aren't set in stone. It's about what works for you in your relationship. It might change over time. One day you may do the dishes, the next you might cook, the next you might clean. It's all about giving and taking and sharing responsibilities among each other, while also doing it in a comfortable way that fits for both of you. Every successful relationship requires work on both sides. So don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. But if you truly love someone, you'll work it out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. This is The Hots.